Hey everybody, I got a big piece of dirt right here. This is a brand new razor blade, fresh out of the wrapper. Hold it flat. And you just want to knock it down until all the shiny part is gone out of it. That way you know you have it flat. And then I'll go over this with 2000 grit and sand that off of it, and they'll be able to buff it. Okay, next is, there's a nasty run right here. You hold your razor blade flat, it will start to show you all where it's at. And you can see it. Don't let it gouge in on the edges. Sometimes you might have to flip the razor blade if it's not biting good enough. But this one's working pretty good right now. You can see where the buildup is. You can take it right down. Just remember to keep that razor blade flat. See how that line's almost gone? Okay, this is where the worst part was. It's still the same thing. Just keep holding that razor blade flat and it'll just start disappearing. Once you've got it knocked down all the way, then you can go over it with 2000 grit. Don't push too hard on the razor blade either. Just a little bit of pressure is all it takes. And that was the worst part of it, and it was bad. All this is a paint stick that I've rounded the edges with sandpaper. Just a paint stick. And I'm going to want it like about this. So we're going to cut this. And I'm using 2000 grit. All I did on this was fold the sandpaper over and then tape it to the stick so it just holds a little better. All I did was take an old squirt bottle. Now all this is water in a squirt bottle. And that stick just helps me make sure I've got it good and flat. So when I buff it, it should come out really nice. And the run won't be noticeable no more. What you want to do is make sure you get all the little razor blade flat scratches out of it. You see how smooth this is? That's what you want to do. Now you can do it a couple ways. Put it on the pad first or put it on the car first, whatever you're comfortable with. Remember not to use the buffer too fast. Because all you're going to do is sling the compound off of it. Holding the buffing pad flat. I know you're going to have to lift it up in areas to get into it, but for the most part you want to be flat. I'm using the heavy duty compound. I'm old school, but I'll go over it with a polishing pad to get rid of any of the remaining swirl marks. Now I'm changing pad. I just took the wool pad off. A 16 millimeter socket fits beautifully in the center. So when you're putting your pads on, you don't got to worry about lining it up. Pull your socket out. Your pad lines up beautiful every time. Okay, now I've cleaned the area with the cloth to wipe the dust off and then blew it off to make sure I don't get compound on this part. This is a swirl remover on here. I already applied it. Then you just want to make sure you get all the swirls out of it from buffing it. And I'm going to blow it off and wipe it off. That way you can get a nice finish out of it. And the run is now gone.